So you're asking yourself, Rob, I thought you already stained that. I did. That's the back of the ceiling, at the very bottom back. I already stained it. That's not stained. Now, as I told you, this customer is a really nice customer. She just has an opinion, which is good because it's her camper. I didn't even know they made this. I mean, I knew they made polyurethane. It's their most durable protection. Warm satin. Do you see that? Warm satin? That would infer that there's a cold satin. Is there a cold satin? Listen, I was familiar with satin. Gloss. Or satin. Flat. Is there a warm flat? See, you can't just bring me this product and not give me the information. But I'm going to use it anyway. This is what she wants. She wants it warm and satin. Luckily, they make that product. So, I mean, after all, it's easy and it's smooth in its application. And it is their most durable clear protection, which is what we're looking for. So, I'm going to put that on. You can kind of see where because it is fast drying. You can see it's pretty shiny. It's not dry yet, so I better get to that other side. But I want to bring you up to speed on warm satin. See, it even makes me talk warm. Warm satin. So you're like, Rob, what's with the warm satin? Why in a hurry for the warm satin? Well, had to do it there. Had to do it there. And of course we did it here. Don't worry about that. That's where the window's going. So I had to get this because I want to put this in. I want to get the front on. A lot of things depend on the front being on. If I run my electric here, which I anticipate, but listen, oh my gosh. A lot of times you think, oh, I want this, I want that. We got to cram everything in here. Well, sometimes you can't cram. Look at this right here. Don't worry about that. That's the vent. It's a real vent, an electric vent. So, normally we don't do vents. But the rest of this has to go in there. Plus, that's the solar and the 12 volt. It's got to go somewhere. So if I put the electric here and the 12 volt, and she wants water jug. Well, what we ended up with down here, there's a little area. I don't know that it's going to be enough. Don't know. It may not. She absolutely 100% had to have a drawer there. Without the drawer, I think we get it done. So we may have that discussion. Now, we're not having a regular bed. We're having a gaucho bed. So really, it's only half a bed. So we may, I don't know. I mean, we may have to make it so that you've got to move the bed around to get water. If we're going to have water that you can hand pump in. Otherwise, we'll have our city water in, city water out. But if you want a hand pump, you got to store water somewhere. So we've just got to make those decisions. And this will help me. Because if I'm putting my electric here, I've got to run out and around and in there. And then that will run that light. It'll run that light back there. It'll run that light. There's 3 lights on this cabinet. And there'll be an outlet. Definitely be an outlet there. And an outlet back there. Plus a 12 volt outlet back there. So, and we'll put an outlet right there. So she's going to have plenty of outlets and an outlet on the outside. But I need this warm satin. Our producers off camera just told me that warm satin was Russ's nickname in high school. Did you guys know? I did not know that. Warm satin. Wow. Okay, I've got to get back. I'm going to install this up to there, and then that'll get me started on the interior. I'm not permanent in there, but I'm where I can work now. I'll run some 2-inch screws, exterior screws right through there. That'll really that'll really make that stout down there. And then we can go up the edges right here, these first edges, with some staples, staple that in. And then we'll adjust up here. And that's when you try to be, let me put that down. I'm pointing a screw gun at you. When you try to be bubble on here, you can make any little adjustment this way now using these ends right here. And then if something's a little wonky inside, we can make that adjustment as we go. So that's why this to me is so important. The next thing that's very important after I get this on and take a good look at it from the inside. You want to look inside? Well, I guess we can. I mean, why not? Why not? Just go to the back here, see what it looks like. That's not half bad camera work right there, is it? That doesn't look too bad. I like it. I shouldn't say too bad. It looks really good. Looks real good. So anyway, now, as long as we're back here, let me back this up a little bit and let's just discuss. All right, now we've got to build a gaucho. We've torn a ton of gauchos out. We've never replaced with a gaucho, so this will be a first. So this will be interesting. And I'm going to show you how I do it. It's the same way everybody does it, I think. There's some variations, but we're going to do it Scotty way. And I don't think it's different than hardly anybody, but we start that back here, and we already know that we can go all the way up here. So we've got our measurement up against that cabinet. And over here, we've got our measurement up to that cabinet. And those should be very, very close. So the first thing to do is decide how tall we're going to be, but we have the measurements from this camper before. And then we'll get that marked out right there. And then we'll make about a 22 wide rectangle. And this is, I think, 74 and a half. We'll measure it. 74 and a quarter on the inside. So it'll be, let's just say for the sake of argument, it's 74. 74 by 22. And then we will box that in. And then we'll start adding our ribs to it. I'll show you that. I don't have to tell you all about it. Just wanted to get you an idea why you should stick around. And that's why I did that. Once I do that, I know that I fit everything up there. And for all intents and purposes of this stage of the build, I'm done up there. Now we go to electrical, things gonna change. But for back here now, once I put that, for the sake of argument, 74 by 22 here, then I can see maybe I should put the electric back here, the 12 volt back here. It's not against the law. And then maybe I could put the water jug up there. It's not against the law. I don't know. But once I build this, we will solve those mysteries. So, shut up and build it. Why don't you? Well, I think I will.